Alright, let's get into this. As that movie showed, and obviously the title screen, we are going to be starting the Stormblood story today. Too long to get in the game. I do need to do like one quick thing at the beginning of the stream, just because we are level 30 Arcanist, so I need to do my class quest. And then unlock Scholar and Summoner. But after that, I will get started on the main story quest for Stormblood. Go. Let's see here. Been expecting new lines, as ever, Crayola's predictions prove accurate almost down to the moment, and her mind is especially sharp with such a dangerous confrontation in the offing. He ejects the context with the words of Dos Maga. Here's his merchant vessel is presently anchored off the shores of Bloodshore. Once the pirate's business is concluded, rumor is he intends to embark on an extended voyage to the east. It'll be some time before he returns once more to Limsa Laminsa. If we pass up this opportunity, Crayola will lose her stance to settle the score with Dos Maga. We risk to foresee her stumbling once more into the blackest melancholy. Simply getting close enough to Dos Maga will prove difficult. Yella has, however, already formulated a solution, and so her grand strategy, has set a grand strategy in motion. The first task in this undertaking is to travel Costa del Sol and deliver this set of directions to the fisherman by the name of Razarin. More instructions will be forthcoming. Alright, so we're just gonna go to Costa del Sol. Nice. Didn't take us too long. Oh yeah, at some point I gotta come back over here and get all these quests cleared up too. Come on, get up there. Thank you. Alright, what does it want, lad? As you can see, I have my hands full with me fishing. Ah, thanks for that. I've been told to be expecting you. Here, you take me old earrings and deliver them to the cook of Flana. Yes, how may I help you? Master Kikaruju is expecting his breakfast any moment now. Fresh herring? Fresh herring? My master does enjoy the bite of a broiled fish in the morning. Might even earn me a few extra coins for this week's wages. But you've earned yourself one of my homemade eel pies. I should tell you though, your Arcanist colleague was quite insistent you take the pie to Master Kikaruju, rather than scuff it down yourself. What brings you to my, and I use the term facetiously, humble abode, dear sir? Such a heavenly aroma, which has carrying an eel pie about your person. How commendable that you should research the delicacies that tickle my fancy before daring to intrude upon my most ponderous ponderings. Speaking of ponderous, well, I was speaking of it at least. I have a hefty purse of gil to persuade you to relinquish your claim on that pastry. One moment, if you will. I've been instructed by Melvin Gate Assessor to hand you over this message to whoever delivers an eel pie to Master Kikaruju. Take the purse you receive from Master Kikaruju and hand it to the dancer Eldgith as she prepares to return home. Yes, if you're looking for a dancer, then I would first see your coin. You're jumped in the feed, and I have no time to waste on idle chat. My, that is quite a purse. My precious darlings will eat like kings this week. It's such a simple job as well. I was told to expect you, you see. In return of the coin, I'm to give you these. The leather satchel is from your Makote friend, and Perio is from me. Last time you are to deliver to Drago, the warehouse foreman. running around am I going to do? I ain't got me time for the likes of you. If you want my work squandered away soon, the master will give me a head on the pike. You got something for me, you say? Oh hey, ain't this Elgris Perio? Mercadius last said something would be bringing me a gift that I couldn't refuse and stick me with a pitchfork if she weren't telling the God's own truth. Well, you're supposed to have this bottle of wine. Take it to Flyer's Shark. Pour a cup for the sailors which drink in there. She told me to tell you, Anywro. Watch me back if I were you, though, son. Them sailors are the meanest bunch of cutthroats I ever did see. You want me to taste your wine? I ain't one to pass up free grog. Mia's teats. Now that's a bloody fine drop. If we shipped this stuff to the east, we'd be selling bottles by the crate. You're coming back with us in the Morningstar. The captain will have a word with you. There's a good lad. As for ye, Miss Dancer, you stick close to old Iskarot. It'd be damn cold on them long sea voyages. Talk later. Ready then. Be off as soon as the boat's loaded. Okay, let's go ahead and start that. Fine grog and a fine woman. Captain will be pleased with this haul. Why do you not stare so? The most expedient method of gaining access to the ship. I'll take that satchel from you now. You may have it back after I take the items I need. Huh? Mischief are you two out? I was merely borrowing some clothes. You wouldn't wish me to catch a chill from the brisk ocean air, would you? Be dancing yourself warm once we get on this ship, lass. Better slip off that ratty robe before you meet the captain. Of course, of course. Be happy to show him the performance that awaits. The bitch Admiral's lapdog. I'm back for that lesson, have you? It is I who should be teaching this day. My lecture will focus on the manipulation of reality through applied strategy. Enough of your damn yapping. By the time I'm done with you, you'll remember who the real master is. Do I have Carbuncle out? I don't. Oh, that's a problem. Get that out real quick. We're gonna start with some outbursts. Because there's a lot of enemies. kill myself real quick. You rabid little cur. Our numbers matter not, it is strategy that will win this battle. Prepare yourself, Dozmega. Your defeat, I will cast off the shackles you closed on my soul. You think so, eh? Think your fancy magic's a match for my blade? Got another thing coming. Take out the allies first. And we're already down. That was fast. Dozmega must now face defeat. He'll flee to the starboard rail. Obvious. Next comes his attempt to escape to the sea. You think pulling me strings, do you? Think I'll dance to your tune? I ain't falling for your bloody tricks. It is at this moment he notices the yellow jackets I had you summon in my explicit instructions to Ralzarin. You were a fool to return, Dozmega. I hear you were fond of shackles, so we brought a such set especially for you. Thus concludes today's lecture. Thank you, Lions. The strategy would not have succeeded without your flawless execution. Which suggests that my tactic yet requires more work. One must allow for such small deviations in performance. I believe, however, now that I understand where my calculations went awry, not enough to wish to shape reality, one must also have a complete understanding of the reality one wishes to obtain. It is time I sought out our Grandmaster, our Guildmaster. Pray convey to Mistress Dubberkeem of my fondest wishes, and my appreciation for all she has done for me. A true test of my strategies now begins. Okay, so now we go back to the Arcanist Guild, turn that in, and then should be able to get our the upgraded classes. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to set both of those up. Welcome back, Lions. There is much I would like to ask you, but first I have the statue you received during your assignment. The original owner needs her costume back, you see. I'll make sure everything is returned safe and sound. And I'll speak of Kalia. I am glad to know she has finally freed herself to pursue her heart's desires, and you are to thank for awakening the Foreseer to her self-imposed fetters. The brilliance of Kalia's strategies served to blind her to her own feelings, maybe to see her suffer so. Your example may even encourage Kalia to improve her combat abilities, though such will surely come in time after all. She intends to study under the Guildmaster's direct instruction. Imagine two obsessive Arcanists and the complexity of the tactics they will develop. It may very well be that your actions in bringing them together will prove the catalyst that sparks a new era of invention in the art of alchemy. You too should look to improvements of your discipline if you are to keep pace with all that is certain to follow. To that end, I offer you a new technique, one I pray will allow you to more readily drive back your foes in the battlefield. And that should give us Ruin 2. Take those. Okay, that's leveled up. When did I get Taste of Magic? Or Tales of Magic? That is real quick. Complete all the Disciplines of Magic quests available for level 30. Oh yeah, because I have... Okay, got it. Okay, let's do this one first, I believe. Because this one should give us... Yeah, it should give us a Scholar, which starts here. Lions, are you interested in history? If so, I would share with you an opportunity to study the ways of the ancients. A curiosity refined and well-learned marauder visited a guild the other day in hopes that he might meet an arcanist of exceptional skill. He claims the assistance of one such individual would be invaluable for the success of his archaeological research. He claims because despite his eloquence, the thought of a marauder with academic ambitions may strike me as odd. You are, of course, free to formulate your own opinions. His name is Alka Zolka. He can be found at the Marauders Guild should curiosity overwhelm you. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll pick this one up now, but I'll do that one later. That will give us Ifrit. Summons an Ifrit Iggy in order to execute Burning Strike, which rushes forward and deals fire damage of 500. Gives us a 2-stack of fire. Okay. Can only be executed under the effect of Ruby Arcanum, and Carbuncle is summoned. Okay, got it. Greetings, Lions. It is well that you have come. We have an intriguing matter to discuss. Our quest came from our guild from the Sons of St. Coinarch, an organization of some of the finest minds in Eorzea. We asked for you by name. It appears that the research that the Sons are currently conducting would benefit from the assistance of an Arcanist, specifically one who had a tempering experience of defeating the Primal Ifrit. Though I must admit to some curiosity as to how these scholars knew the extent of your heroic exploits, I suppose the source of their knowledge is of little relevance. You'd answer their request, and you'd find your contact, a researcher by the name of Amhitra at Apkula Falls in the nation of Gridania. Oh my god, that fox is fucking adorable. Alright, so. Our outer deal. That one first. Thank you for setting aside your preconceptions, Lions. I am acutely aware how unusual it is for a Marauder to conduct research, as it were. However, you will soon understand I am not at all any more muscular, my more muscular brethren. Rather than rush blindly into an enemy's maw, I formulate and execute stratagems to great effect. Archaeological pursuits are but an extension of this practice, and at present I am researching the military tactics of ancient Nim. It would not surprise me if you're not unfamiliar with Nim. Civilization flourished some 15-year-old centuries ago during the 5th Astral Era. Millions lived during an age of wonders, where the magic arts flourished. But magic can be wielded for weal or for woe, and this period of peace eventually gave way to the Great War of the Magi. The nations of the bygone era begot earth-shattering magics to bear against one another. Yet Nim, with only a handful of mages to support its army of mariners, repulsed would-be invaders time and time again. Precisely how a military force of this composition could defy its stronger neighbors is a mystery that has long puzzled military historians. By translating extant Nibian tablets, which I have recently purchased, I mean to solve the riddle at long last. As my knowledge of Archimia is cursory at best, I request an experienced arcanist who can assist me in my analysis of any text pertaining to the magical arts. You be that arcanist, Lions? There is, however, a complication. Nimlan tablets and other assorted relics, of which I paid an exceedingly large amount of money, were stolen en route to Limsa Lamensa. Information inscribed upon those tablets could be of untold significance. I would not allow thieves to sell to some rich Ulden collector for a pittance. They accompany me to the Raincatcher Gully docks and help me reclaim my relics. Strong reason to believe the perpetrators can be found there. Gonna go to Wineport. What is this for? Been a while, adventure. As I recall, my brother Alphino took the liberty to introduce us when first and last we met. For the sake of prosperity, Alize Louviere, I thank you for coming. Oh, this is Bahamut. I heard much and more of your exploits, but by your hand the Black Wolf is slain and his ultimate weapon destroyed. He was of great strength and courage. That much is plain. I shall need of one if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamon's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of ether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this has led to the formulation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. One such cavern lies east beneath Cassium Occident, extends only to God knows where. By appearance, Cassium Occident is much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius von Belsar chose the site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference. As you went about vanquishing the returned primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. On closer inspection, it has become clear that these unique waveforms emitted from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Crucially, I have recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations, and have since been given to understand this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to the one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed and he vanished, together with his foe. I will know the truth of what transpired that day, grandfather's fate, and how the metamorphosis that swept across the land. Casting light upon these mysteries, we may find a way to cure what ails this world. My belief that the answers I seek lie hidden within the depths of the cavern. I'd like you to accompany me on the expedition to find them, Lions. If truth be told, I do not want to rely upon others and thus far handle matters alone. Yet I am not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I'd find a way to restore peace to Eorzea. If you desire the self-same, then aid me, as you aided my brother in the Scions. And your debt. You're a man of action, and so we will accomplish much together. Let us not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Cassium Ocidin straddles the cavern which I wish to explore. When I have hope of reaching it alive, I need you to infiltrate the stronghold first and locate a path to the depth. Once you have done so, I report to your success to Storm Private Yabroka, though you might consider her my assistant in Wineport. I have every faith that you will not fail me. I'll speed your way, Lions. We are not doing that right now. No, stop. But I'm going to play later. As expected, there were not more than broken men who have seized the docks and taken the robbery every ship past. Come, let us put an end to this banditry and take back what is ours. Yes, this is it. A treatise on the military tactics, just as I had hoped. Hello there. Mayhap the tablet can explain this. Mumble mumble, scholars, familiars, fairies? The sunlight of Eos dons sooth and shield. The moonlight of Selene does silence and strengthen. Lions. By the 12, have you any idea what this means? We discovered a long-lost magical arts of the Nemean scholars. Fairies. Honest to God, fairies. I've seen everything. Anyway, I shall return to the guild and begin translating the tablet. Can't wait to see what the other secrets it contains. Okay, so now we go back to Limsa Lamensa. I'm curious how this is going to go, because I have no idea how to play Scholar. Excellent timing, Lions. I've just finished inscribing a section which doubtless be of interest to you. According to the tablet, the crystal from which the fairy sprang forth is called the Soul of the Scholar. It contains the wisdoms of those long-dead Nemean mages. With it, you should be able to call upon the fairy as you did before and bind her to your will. I said before, I have little knowledge of Arcana, but unless you have some objections, I'd like to entrust the crystal to you. Oh, you needn't recompense me. Simply knowing the lost arts are being preserved is enough. I shall devote my energies to deciphering the remaining texts. If you discover anything new, I promise that you'll be the first to know. Okay, and this was give us Adaloquum. Restores target HP, grants galvanize the target, nullifying damage up to 125% of the amount of HP restored. When critical HP is restored, you also grant crystallize, nullifying damage equal to 125 of the amount of HP restored. Okay. Fairy is awoken by the soul of the scholar. With the soul of the scholar equipped, you can summon a fairy to aid you in battle. When called for, she will assume the form of a healer-type pet. Moreover, by completing the quest A Fairy Tale Come True, you can cast Glamour's unfamiliar fairy familiars, allowing her to take on other appearances. And let's see, Rest Remnants will get me Sucker. Restore my own HP and HP of all nearby party members, 200, and an effect, Magic Barrier, nullifying damage 150. Okay, so what we're gonna do, add one, equip this. Okay, so we gotta adjust all of this because this is a mess. Take that off. Lucid Dreaming, Resurrection. Where's my Swift Cast? There we go. Take those off. So what do we got? We have Ruin and Ruin. No, just regular Ruin 1. Can you get Ruin 2? I guess as a scholar, it knocks us back down. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Bio. Move that over there. Heal. Sleep, which you don't really need. And Asuna. Kind of situational. And you don't get a lot of. You do not get a lot with Scholar at the start. No, I don't. That's Summoner. That's not Scholar. Which. I gotta do next. We're gonna go do Gridania and we'll get Summoner done as well. I don't know. I didn't even know Fairies could Glamour. That's new to me. What's that?
Big dragon.
Yeah,
All your enemies.
That's what my pet is for. I already have that. I got Midgard Summer right here. He's a dragon. A dragon. Some carbuncle. So what do you have to say? You're Lion's Heart, I assume. Well met, and thank you for coming. My name, as you've all obviously surmised, is Yamhita. I'm a member of the Sons of St. Coinarch, one of the Charlian order that seeks the lost knowledge of Allegan Empire. In that regard, we have recently made a singularly important discovery at our dig site in Mordona. We salvaged from the ruins a set of ancient texts describing the existence of a sect of Allegan mages known as Summoners. The arcane practitioners said to have the ability to siphon the essence of the primals and manifest their stolen energy as a biddable ally known as an Iggy. Should we succeed in resurrecting such arts, then we might well hold our hands the power to bring this age of conflict to an end. There is, however, as there always been, one monumental obstacle in realizing this reality. In order to manifest as these obedient incarnations of a beastman's savage deities, one must first defeat a primal and capture its etheric essence. Thus, only one who can boast such a daunting achievement under his belt may even begin on the path to becoming a summoner. Understanding on why I called upon you, wish to contribute to my research to come with me to the west of Virograt Strike in southern Danoland. We shall conduct a ritual of summoning, the Osterites of Flame. That is over by Forgotten Springs. I am spending so much money right now. Greetings to you once more, Lions. I have this feeling this unique opportunity would be nigh impossible for you to ignore. Proceed directly to the ritual, shall we? According to the records we've recovered, the summoners of old would perform these rites in a land in which the naturally dormant element matched the aspect of the avatar we wish to call forth. Only in such a place might one sufficiently shift one's etheric balance in the desired direction. The element of fire is especially strong here in Sogoli Desert. I think of no land more fitting in which to summon the incantation of the Lord of Inferno. Before we begin, I must insist you accept this gem. It appear of little worth, but within its faceted depths dwells the memories of long-deceased summoners. Now you must focus. Visualize the aether flowing through you, a vibrant current of energy transforming into living fire. Hold this image in your mind, and the raging heat of your life force shall spawn an Iggy wreathed in flames. Be aware, however, this nascent entity will appear before you unbound and hostile, as you're charged to overpower the avatar and establish yourself as its master. Not that the summoner is not, if not fraught with peril. Okay, this should be pretty easy. He is not hurting me at all. But we'll pop that real quick. Oh, there's something up here I gotta take care of. Alright. Most impressive lines, the Fireborn Iggy has submitted to your will. You've mastered the Osterites of Fire, and there's no small feat. First return to Apakula Falls that we may further discuss your achievement. Okay. It's truly a momentous occasion. You have rescued the lost art of summoning from the grasping mire of forgotten history. No more of the avatar, but we must know more of the avatar you have bound. Ancient tongue of the Allegan Empire, it is known as the Ifrit Iggy. Iggy translates to approximately to pure, or the essence of. In short, you have tamed a willful manifestation of Ifrit's fiery, raging fires. You might expect from an entity born of the Lord of Inferno, this avatar and its capacity for destruction should serve you well in your battles to come. With such an ally at your command, it will not too soon take upon yourself the title of summoner. You have proven yourself more than worthy of the soul crystal you now possess. If be it as it may, the road before you is long and arduous. To triumph in this age of conflict, you need master more than just the Iggy of fire. I suggest you next fix your gaze upon claiming a servant of the unyielding stone. You once seized victory over the primal titan, did you not? I admit I am eager to progress directly to the Osterites of Earth. You must be careful not to overtax your reserves of strength. Rest well and spend some time to grow accustomed to your newfound abilities. If you feel prepared to continue on historic research, you'll find me here awaiting your arrival, barely contained in patience. Now we know how to summon Ifrit. Next one will be Titan. Got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and by changing your job to summoner, you may carry over your hotbar across hotbar settings from Arcanist. Okay, by actions from the Arcanist may also be used when playing summoner. Sure. Not. Sure. What does it say here? The trance gauge indicates the time remaining for the effects of Aether Charge. Oh, wait, I think I've already read this. Yeah, no, this should be... executing this action also grants Ruby Arcanum, Topaz Arcanum, and Emerald Arcanum, which are used to summon Ifrit Eggy, Topaz Carbuncle, and Emerald Tarbuncle. So I guess it's probably going to change that when... go ahead and upgrade our gear set. That'll change Arcanist to Summoner. Okay, great. Any change to my bar? No, looks like that allowed me just to basically keep everything as it was. Great, so I don't have to mess with that. So, next bit. We are going to go into Beyond the Great Wall, which starts in Mordona. And we're going to get started on Stormblood. Break Skyrim again. How did you break it again?
So
Alright, sorry about that. Was to get a couple things done, laundry and trying to get food set up for tonight, but go ahead and jump over to... we'll use Dragoon, why not? It is our highest level stuff. My stuff keep need of repairs though. We'll do that in a second. Over to Rising Stones. Beyond the Great Wall. Alright. Now we're in, we can finally get started with what I want to do.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's Wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's Wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's Wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lise. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lise's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am! You know I'd like nothing more!
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there. I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well. I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming, but we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Let's see what Alphino has to say.
Ready, my friend? Well then, Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant Told stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home. I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Hello, lizard. Thousand miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let's pray both our endeavors meet with success. Shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I might have forgotten something important. Please, could you come with me? Me? What, now? Alright then, if you insist. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist, start referring to you as our permanent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. You're like a ticket on a legion. I'm glad you like it. And with that, I delay you no longer. Safe travels. Huh? Well, she's not supposed to get hit there. She's a monk. Supposed to dodge. That's how. That's. And you just speak back wearing nothing. It helps keep the movement. Yeah, that's how that works. Now, honor to Garabania. Our first stop is the Emeric's Spire in the East Shroud. It's meant to keep it lightweight and, you know, you can be quick on your feet and never get hit. Yeah, that's exactly why. That's this one. All are present and accounted for. You are ready, my friend. Pray and inform the officer you wish to proceed to Garabania. Ah, the signs of the seventh dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall?
I remember crossing the border, standing in Garabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
While I'm here, let's go ahead and repair our gear. Go. Oh, you know what I need as well? Where is it? I need to get my... Where did it even be? Did I get rid of it? Oh, I hope I didn't, because I have to get it back if I did. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome to Cassium Orans. Thank you, General. We are relieved to hear that your forces have secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None. Save a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols, we've had barely any contact with them. You only know it's a matter of time before things escalate. If attacking Baelsar's wall wasn't enough, Elbert summoned a primal right on their doorstep. Garlemald does not want to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. It's a declaration of war, even if it was not Elbert's to make. Now we are bound by it, by weal or for woe. Scions stand ready to serve, General. What you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave it to you. Then I'll leave it you to it. Godspeed. Ah, of all the casters in the world, you walk into mine. Sir Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing elegant weapon and demonic primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi call it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere. Should have singularly failed to do. Then it is like Omega fell to Earth in an occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming, we should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Garabania, we need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. As you've probably heard, there's plenty of factions in Resistance, so I'm taking to the ones with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Relgar's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Veldina River. Learn a route which should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we should be there before you know it. Maybe I can buy one? No, those won't help me. Hold on a second, I gotta... Must have... I have it at some point. What have I done with it? Oh, okay, there it is. Oh. Thanks for moving shit on me. Really appreciate that. Still with me? Good. From here we move to northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. It should be somewhere around here. Yep, there it is. Oh, don't you dare. Next one's to the east. So we'll just continue along the path of the main story. I do gotta try to make another phone call here shortly. But somewhere safe first. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south. It's part of Castellum Velodina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I'll call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you could see the rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. I forgot how much of it is a bitch to navigate on land. Okay, might as well head over here first, because I think this is my Dragoon quest. How far are you going to chase me? It would seem man is capable of using lots of styles when creating buildings, looking something similar to those found in the Churning Mist. Let's venture inside and see if Balnam cannot be found. Alliance. What is that? Your help, if you please. I don't think I've actually seen that enemy type before. Been admiring the craftsmanship of man when it suddenly moved towards me, but I struggle to believe that this is what the legends refer to as the slumbering worm. Ah, dear Lions, I didn't know you were too researching the slumbering worm. Wait, you know of the slumbering worm? This journey here and the very purpose of meeting that dragon. Future Valiants could do with studying on your own history. The time when one could meet the worm is long since past. High Priest Heimart, also known as the Slumbering Worm, departed this world over 300 years ago. The Slumbering Worm was a mere man? But of course, why would you think otherwise? Heimart was a monk renowned for his mastery of meditation, but when necessary, he was quite capable of harnessing the worm-like strength to trounce his foes. Earned the Slumbering Worm alias after Babel 100 men, Babel, however, blah blah blah, fell asleep. Well, it seems we must begin our search anew. I worry I too may have become a slumbering worm should I listen to this tiring man any longer. Let's pay a visit to Sir Alberic instead, whom Hostine holds in high regard can surely aid our hunt. And he's still going on. He's still going. Okay, so that is going to lead us toward, we're going to go back to Cothoris, which I don't really want to do right now, so we will continue main plot until we just get to Ralgar's Reach. Because that's like the major hub of this area. We got a bit of air current, about 100 yalms. Oh, almost there. There you are. Okay, the next one's like 500 to the south. Okay. I know there's like a particular point we won't be able to get too many more because it requires us to. There's like a certain section like that we down here where it's like cut off. And we come back later to. We're here. The other side of this pass is Ralgar's Reach. You say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this? Indeed. Glamour. Good eye, Y'shtola. I take it they have talented mage in their ranks, or perhaps an artificer trained in modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Before we go in, I don't know if Tataro told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger that came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us. They shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way. And don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And a sparkle of demasking dust. All is laid bare.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralgar's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
You'll forgive us for our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now who you are, though. The signs of the Seventh Dawn. Now, I know that you have not come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. Let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Alright, now that we're here at the hub area, let me go ahead and attune to the... I believe there is a big aetheryte. Should be somewhere. Small one over here. Ah, it's over there. Got it. Okay, so I'll be right back. Gotta make a quick phone call, and then, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go over to Authors just to turn in this quest. Good day, Lions. Our friend here has informed me of the truth behind the legend. My apologies for not looking deeper into this story before bringing it to your attention. Next destination lies to the far east. Lions, have you ever set foot in the region before? Truly, you had never made the journey? So well traveled, I assumed you had visited the city. Well, now you shall need to head there if you wish to continue your search. Regrettably, I do not think Orkai will be able to accompany you this time. How do you expect to find Funahum without a dragon in tow? Your plight is well understood, Orkai. It's truly a shame your wings do not match your ambition. And perhaps I have not fully considered all options available to us. We do owe a great debt to all I've done for Austin. Allow me some time, and I'll see that you're able to follow Lions to the far east. Have my thanks, Sir Alberic. I wish I could set off to this very moment. Perhaps a spot of hunting will do enough to calm me down. You may call me when preparations are complete. At the very least, we would know that Hosteen will not have wanted for company ever since leaving Ishgard. Sadly, I may struggle to secure passage to the east in quite as timely as a manner as he would like. Pray keep your lance arm honed. There's no knowing what you'll face in Author. Yeah, we won't be able to do that one for a bit, but okay, so let's go back to Ralgar's Reach. And I'll be right back. Yeah, it's exactly right. But he's gonna be a little bit. Alright, so now that that's in place, finally. Two, since it's right here.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual. By Rolga, it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
So it seems we find ourselves with a Surfelt of free time. Forgive me, you're free to look around Ralgar's Reach. In fact, I'd encourage you to do so. Be better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the resistance capabilities. Feel free to poke your noses in wherever we will, eh? Sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out, so I can show you around if you like, Lions. Great, let's get started. Why do you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me? But the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got the Hell's Guard from all the way over by the Spire in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Niago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast women I suppose, like that one over there. She's in Anata, and they've been with us for a while now. One of the smaller faction has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. No different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Anata make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metal and crystal into shapes you wouldn't believe. Pity people hardly ever get to see their work, but then most don't even know they exist. It's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralgar, shall we? Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Edie used to tell me the story on the stormy nights. Wanted me to understand, remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters froze higher and higher, people all across the Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign. Lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky, led the way to these mountains of Garabania. They who are saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, devote themselves to the great works without and within. The storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one's soul doth look beyond the measure of his reach. Last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the First Fist of Ralgar. He explained to me the day will come bringing strife and sorrow, that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, be in quiet preparation, make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, see us through in the end. Sorry, that was a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Get moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. This is the infirmary. As you can probably tell, this is where the Resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we plan our operations, casualties were inevitable. Bad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Comrade would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades, when the Fist of Ralgar was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the Salters are next. Don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Yeah, I already did that. Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folks got it. The resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. In short, if you're short on anything, you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, often known allies are here. Why don't we see what they're getting on? We'll go with the materia. Nah. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants. They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they'd be lucky to escape with their lives. As a gamble, I and admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We finished discussing your proposal and ready to receive you back at the tent. I sent someone to fetch your stolen Krail, and would if you'd like to follow me. Hey, so let's see what they say. Oh, we aren't gonna fully accept their proposal.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance, but the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Right then, Nago and Melfred will be our keepers. Knowing not what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Lions. Your Aether Compass will now be used to locate Curtain in new regions. I already been doing it, though. Oh, okay, so that... I got ahead of myself because it just told me that I could find it there. Alright, well... Let's do this one first. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. You owe you my life. Won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. Well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. Thank you. Now to business. Commander Kemp's entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the dispositions of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, and we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I'll join you in this. General Alduin commands the forces at Cassia Morans. It'd be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great, but just what I wanted to hear. You ready to depart? Meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. Pick up the other one as well. At risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here of all places. I reckon you probably don't remember me all this time, eh? Think so? I'm impressed, given everything that we went to accomplish. You've forgiven me for forgetting all about your time at Quarry Mill. I to say, we didn't forget about you either. The lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo when Agalian was recovering. Gunnibald was my former commander and an old friend. Put a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband my unit, and I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain at Little Alamigo. Others went to Ul'dah for work. As you can see, I chose to come back to Garabania and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. Not been easy, been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits into the village of Alaganha. Alaganha? We're going there. You'll be taking me with you. Alright, you're from Alaganha, aren't you, Elise? By all means, we welcome the company. More to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations to meet me at the tunnel to the peaks. Okay, I think I'm gonna do Monagos first. Okay, there's no nearby air currents here. Got everything you need? Good, then let us be off. That one's to the southeast. I keep an eye out for it. I think that's in the East Tribe village, though, which we don't have access to. Right, hear that? There's a ceruleum engine backfire. Imperials. God, you have preternatural senses. I don't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that can mean life and death. Be that of a predator or a patrol. I'm hearing we have a 7-man patrol augmented with single magic tech armor. Wide search pattern, divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. Risky. Should split up and try to take them by surprise at the same time. Don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams. 3 of us? Nothing for it then. Where are they? Head north. You should see them along before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. Armor should be to the west. Lion's best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. Should be enough time to get in position. Rendezvous at the west bank after. Any questions? No. And good luck. Okay. Don't remember what though. Oh, right, I gotta feed my chocobo. That's what I was gonna do. Go. Looks like everything went to plan. Not that I'm surprised. The 3 soldiers I faced didn't put much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we got out here are conscripts from other provinces with little training and much less conviction. Grim work, killing men and women like that. Don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. Don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in a blink of an eye. I need to tell you that. What happened at the wall. Right, I believe we've rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices we're missing patrol. Kill you. We're clear. My alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces at Cassim Orans were under command of Flame General Rabban Alduin, not? Halkar, the Bull of Alamigo himself. Dreamed I have a chance to meet the legend. I feel like this guy's following me. Weird.
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rolga's Reach.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamegan people, and it...
Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from malms around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development in Castium Velodina, namely the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from research and development facilities near the capital and containing prototype Magitech armor. Our assessment of that armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces, yet before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons. It's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted. We needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavily unit and 1 or 2 support units. With a well-laid ambush, we are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployments. Should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they'll have their rallying cry. Me dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you have a lot more folks willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone. You're going to have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly, so what I propose is simple. We rally, or harry our patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to the far east end. Our Resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and well within our capabilities. See no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with this assessment and fully support the plan. I shall notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. We, for our part, will be fighting with the Alliance, yes? I somehow doubt we will be intending to sit this one out. We're just cruising through missions, aren't we? Okay, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Pizza arrived, so we had to... Gotta do... take that real quick. Best served cold steel. You're careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall. That's all about the change. When it does, you'll be sure they'll send their new toy out to entertain us. would ask you to participate in this operation. From that look, I see it as a foregone conclusion. Thanks. Pippin's planned me to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. Your dad handed this. Be a fool not to use you. There's a spot on your map right here. My patrol should be along shortly. Get with them and rendezvous with the rest of this location. Go well, Lions. Oh god, I've got a whole bunch of quests now, but I'm gonna save that for one of my other classes. Follow me all the way over? Nope, we're good. Huh? Damn it. Stupid lushy. Where are we meeting with Rob on? Actually, hold up. Let me take my compass. Let's see. 880 to the southeast. Let's keep an eye on that. Oh, with the planet. Good? Oh, you dick. Scouts report that the unit escorting the prototype weapon has left Cassium and Veladina. Resistance is already in position, so we have to wait for our guests to arrive. Ah, it's this guy again.
Things looked grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces. It's like all my name days have come at once! Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head. That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush! Attack!
Okay, let's go some of the trash first.
Damn you!
Okay, all these guys are a little bit tough, but we can probably handle this guy. God, this is taking a while for him to go down.
Now I've gotcha!
I might be doing something wrong. I'm gonna kill this guy first, and then I'll probably go for the a name guy and see what happens. Excuse me. There.
You'll be weeping blood!
Oh, okay, just basically gotta lead that away from the group. I also take a shit ton of damage, got it.
Tizona! Of the Raging Bull!
Oh, that works. Oh, okay, so if I lead him into, like... Okay. Alizae's almost dead, which is a bit concerning. I'll lead him out over here. Who fights and runs? What the? Who the hell are you lot? Well, amigo, let none escape. About time they showed up. Christ. Uh-oh.
Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I've passed harder stools than these piles of scrap. You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
Aye! Run and tell your viceroy! The day belongs to El Amigo! Yeah!
Yeah!
Well done, all of you. Call this operation a resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. A bull of Al Amigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Credit where it's due, Master Kemp. It was Marshal Torpin who made this plan, and all of you, Resistance and Alliance alike, who carried it up to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I am grateful beyond words. But no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same. Or ours. Been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle. Anago, I leave the Scions in your care. Shall return to the cast room then. Alliance, Mistress Louvier, once more you have my thanks. Mr. Kemp said, till the next battle. I've heard the stories, but I actually see you in action. I found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously though, it's inspirational. But you must be tired of hearing that. I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for the help out there. You got anything for us? Nope, just the material. This trident might be actually a little bit better than what we currently have. Yeah, just a little bit better. Well, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. And we're just gonna go ahead and fast travel. And I'm gonna grab myself another piece of pizza. So, I'm going to speak with her, and then we can do the other quests. You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. And above and beyond what we asked of you, without hesitation. For that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value cannot be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with Garlemald's newest weapons, and smashed them. People will remember this day. Aye, that they will. It marks the beginning of something far greater than any single victory. The beginning of a campaign of a united Eorzea to drive the Guardians out of our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action. The Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. I think the last time the Gridanian troops trotted this soil was more than a century ago, during the Autumn War. That was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure. It gives me heart to see that despite our criminous past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander. Which is why I intend to go from village to village and spread the word of our victory and our new alliance. People will flock to our banner, just wait and see. Lions, Alize, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. The tunnel will take us to the way to the peaks. We're on a mission from Kara to Ala Ganha. Clear the barricade if you would. Yes, aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There are more villagers than there are more villages than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. You have to tread carefully.
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
We have a glamour in this place too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, there is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we have no glamours to conceal us. Villages to the east, we watch for patrols as we move. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy is like everywhere I'm going. Nearing an Imperial in sight. Mercy. Alaganaha's due east, just past this bridge. Follow me, it's not much further. It's 300 to the east, so it's probably in the village somewhere. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alagana. Feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Sorry. Nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. As I said back at the Reach, it's far a bit more complicated than just asking volunteers these days. No, we're short-handed because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and to the wall. Return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of our former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Ganha lost a few youths as well. There's truth to that. They're sympathetic to the cause. Again, after the Griffin's betrayal, may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance. Rightfully so. So with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Now that they didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. Might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We can be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. You must speak to the elders first, and for a fact he can be trusted. And what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope that there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. Ranger Frid's, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Have a word. Okay, first things first, we'll grab the Aetherite, and we'll just keep an eye out. Bet the air current is somewhere here. Okay, so we got that. Ah, there it is. Next one is pretty far to the southwest. Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? Find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder. Serious apologies that I send word ahead of our arrival. Too long I've been away from Alaganha, and I know would know of your recent troubles. Aye, you are comrades of Milfred, I see. Be gone, though I suspect to know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men, and left with many more, such is the rumor. Is it true? You lit a fire in the hearts and dangled a dream before their tired eyes. Now you come to steal away what few remain? Griffin was a traitor and a madman. We have no part of his schemes. We have an agreement with the Alliance. This time will be different. This time. Cold comfort to the dead and the ones left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? Surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. You took our lands, our traditions, even our god. Man, a fifth of what we got left. I hate the bastards with every fiber of my being. Hate's not enough, Milfred. Can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Leave us be and never return. You've got no right to speak with us like that. We've got a query that's producing barely enough to keep us fed, and was before half of our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. And yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't. This is my village too. My home. What the hells are you on about? I know those eyes. One of Curtis's girls. Please Hext. And I'm here to take back my homeland. Algard, the last time I saw you, you were still alive. I never thought you would come. I almost didn't. My sister never will. Lots of others won't either. And that's why we gotta carry on the fight. Sound like him. You say I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alaganha is as much as your home as it is mine. I say to you again, you can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. That could have been handled better, but what's done is done. We've been granted permission to stay. Let's hope Ragnarfred might help us to recruit some of his people, but that clearly isn't going to happen. To convince any of them to join, we first need to regain their trust. It's risky, and it's hardly subtle, so we approach the villagers directly and see what problems they've got. If we can do anything to help. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. New face in Alaganha, huh? What would you ask of me, then? A stranger and a generous soul besides. Bollocks, there's not more suspicious than a good Samaritan. On the other hand, if you were an Imperial agent, I expect you'd go about your business with more discretion. Look at me. You really are here to help, aren't you? Very well. Take you up on your offer, stranger. Little brother's working the rocks by Grim and End. He's got something for me. You go and get it. Right then. Ryford Carroll is his name. Asked him for his leftovers, he ought to understand. What about you? Best keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Do your piece and move on. For the folk down on their luck, congratulations, you found one. You see my leg ain't what it used to be. Days I can hardly walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Liberty's right out, too much pain and trouble for others. There's a tea that'll help with it, though. You need to grind a coolie's horn and hornbill talon for the blend. You'll go and get some for me, just like that. You can trouble yourself, so. Let's go hunting. One of these guys? Yep, giant cricket. Okay. Oh my god, what are you doing? Why are you being bad? How far out am I going? What are you doing? Why are you being a brat? That one's done. Just need to... Let's see. Frightened Coral and Grimminend. Got it. That might actually be where we need to go for the... That seems to be in the right direction. 416 southeast. Maybe? No, that was east, right? You're going south. You get a glass? Sure. You're for the leftovers, are you? I'd like my brother to send someone in his stead, so be it. It's in the sacks over yonder. They're bleeding heavy, mind, so be careful when you pick them up. Okay. Just says to the east, so if we just head in that general direction, and if we don't see it on our way to the village, then I don't know. No, I'm good. Thank you. I know, you stickered everything. I'm gonna be getting pretty close. Oh, it's one of those, isn't it? Fuck. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna be... Actually, I think I know where this one's at. One isn't that bad. If it's 500 to the south, we will not be able to get to that one. Been gone a while. Brings you back to Aragana. Gone, huh? You needed this, and you needed that. There you go. I never meant to... I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually... Country's hard on people. Not just that, the Imperials, they didn't know that I'm not to be helped. The dead man's good for one lesson, you know. There's a live one. With the Resistance, right? Because there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God rest his soul, was deathly sick at the time. Gone out to the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs. And I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My men marked me as a rebel. They said, not that it would have made a difference if I fought back. I knew what a lot of them were about the moment that Centaurian laid eyes on me. It mattered in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others. By the time I had limped back to the hut, too late for my father. Too late for me too, and many others, I imagine. Help them too if you'd like. Be grateful, and they'll be grateful and say thank you, but beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. Required Lance Mastery. What the heck does Lance Mastery do for us? Let's see here. Great. Lance Mastery allows immediate execution of wheeling thrust after landing Fang and Claw, or Fang and Claw after landing wheeling thrust, increasing potency by 100. Interesting. Oh, the new face. My leftovers? Huh, well, I'll be. You actually went and brought the whole lot. Much obliged, much obliged. It's saltpeter for making fire sand, in case you're curious what it's all for. The rocks by the race got good deposits. It ain't hard for my brother to pass for any other plodding quarryman, all the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side to bundle up and sell to soldiers who will trade with the Resistance. A living, a way of fighting back besides, our way of spitting the Garlean's eye for putting our father in an Imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway Providence 15 years ago. Don't know if it is alive or dead or alive even. But if he were alive, it won't be long for this world if he caught fighting for the Resistance. It's the best we can do. The long and short of it, do what we can. You know it's not enough. I think we'll find that most folks here ain't much different. Everyone's got a reason, but in the end the result is the same. Suppose I just wanted you to know is all. That we know why you're here. That even if we can't join you, we wish we could. There you are, Lions. Trying to help the villagers deal with the food shortage of theirs. Recently, the Imperials have been swooping into villages unannounced and seizing supplies in order to prevent the people from stockpiling, in case they might be in league with the Resistance. Not much, but I taught them a few tricks to better hide what little they've got. How's Lise getting on, by the way? I think people would be more inclined to trust a local girl, assuming they remember her, that is. No, I didn't mean to. And where were you these past 20 years? Where were you when we were being ground under by the Black Wolf's boot? On the other side of his bastard's wall, living the high life, I'll wager. It's not fair. Oh, and who's this? Another one of the freedom-loving friends, dining to help us poor unfortunate souls. Trying to whip us into a frenzy so we'll go and storm a castrum with our pickaxes and shovels. Leave, all of you. Or you bring a cohort down on us all. You dare speak like you're one of us. Can't even begin to understand what we've been through. You weren't here, Lise. You weren't here. It's my home, and I love it with all my heart. If you truly have any love for it, too, keep us out of your doomed rebellion. He has a point. No matter what I say or do, it doesn't change the fact I left him behind. This isn't about me or anyone else. It's about Alamigo. Let's go and find Milfred. Looks like the Elder wasn't the only one unwilling to hear us out. Can't blame him, given what happened at the wall. Thought I might be able to appeal to them as a fellow. Oh, if anything, made them angrier. Haven't lived through it like they have. I can't claim to know the struggles like they do either, Lise. I ran too, If I hadn't, never have met Lyons and the rest of you. Not be here today, in a position to make a difference. I don't regret my choices, nor will I apologize for them. More than one way to fight. Help. Someone, anyone, we need help. I like the sound of that one bit. Come on. Ricotta, the Tributum and the bloody Ratman, damn it all. You there, take a deep breath and tell us what happened. It was all business as usual. The Tributum due soon, and we were taking it to the Imperials when the Kukurin attacked. They took my brother and our money. From where? Ruins to the south of here. Just an old temple before they came, and listen, Ricotta is the only family I've got left. If I lose him, Ziggurat? The Ratman took him there. He's as good as dead. We gotta go after them. There's even a chance our brother's still alive. We have to try. Right, Lise. We've got to help him. If not for the missing man, then for the Tributum. Guardians won't suffer excuses if they're late. So, Ricotta is being held somewhere at the Ziggurat to the south, which has been taken over by a host of Kukurin bandits. That about covers it then. Be prepared for a fight. May not be the most challenging foes. There should be a lot of them. Okay, so we just basically have to go back where I already was. Which isn't too far. How far I want to play tonight. We're almost at 65, and I know I'm probably going to have to at least get to Kagane in order to complete that quest. But I'm not exactly sure how long that might take me to get to. Please, let me go. I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the ziggurat. Who dare come to loot our man flesh? Ours to eat. Ours to eat. Dude, come to this. Kill them quick before they alert the others. Interesting. So now I can basically do the end move of a combo right after the other. Ah, fucked it up. Rhalgar, what did I ever do to deserve this? Go to bed hungry for months. I'm skin and bones. Hardly make a snack, much less a meal. Oh, you found him. Hey, are you here to rescue me? Your sister sent us. It's gonna be alright. Sister, Rhalgar be praised. She's safe. You, fought your way in here just for me? There are still good, brave folk in the world. You go back before the Kukurin return in force. You still have the Tributum? Oh god, the Tributum! The Imperials are wondering where I am. I have to go. What? Right now? In your condition? I don't understand. We were given warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me or my sister. Glad we saved him. To see him running off like that. I had a bad feeling about this. Listen, Lions, Melfred. I think we should go after Recreta. Wait, you'd better not be thinking about stopping him. You heard what he said. They don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that. I do. I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. That's the sum of it, then fine. Let's head down and see if we can't pick up his trail. And upon closer inspection, you find... Oh, okay. That's cool. Way to throw me off, game. In the dirt, you spy a chocobo feather. Any luck? Chocobo feather, is it? By my reckoning, it came from Mercado's bird. In which case, collapse bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick to the shadows. We'll find out soon enough. Any minute now. It'll come thundering around the bend and... Hear that? Get cover. Quickly now.
Are they Imperials?
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lys. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fifth? How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower? Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor, assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
But it isn't fair!
It's your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this god's-forsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egans can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit! And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
I bet the poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
God, forget how fucked up this game gets sometimes. I heard their commander was keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. It tears me up inside to see our kinsmen doing the bidding of the Viceroy. They made their choice, if it comes to it. I'll own every last one of them myself. Ricardo's alive and the tribute has been paid. That's all that matters for now. I for one would rather not wait around to see if the skulls decide to return. Let's get back to Aragonha and tell Ragnafin his man got the job done. Honestly, I think with that, we don't do too much more here before we have to start making our way to the Doma. I owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Crocreta told me everything, how you fought the Kukurin and saved his life. All the goods it did. I saw what happened when we met with the skulls. They beat him half to death. Stopped them. I reckon you could. Alfred's a warrior, is your comrade. You're strong, like your father. Just plain. I think Raelgar you did not, because it would not have ended with them. Crocreta and his sister would have been branded insurgents, not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, and the dead remain dead. We're alive, more that can be said for only the God knows how many others. That's enough for you, is it? To put up with whatever they do to you, so long as it gets to see another day? That's right. You grit your teeth and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit I was quick to judge you, Lise, and for that I apologize. You and yours mean well, I do. I'm telling you, God's in heaven as my witness. We've got nothing left to give. We can't help you. Understand. For your honesty. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it. Not what I would expect her to. Father was stubborn as an ox, too. She's set on walking the same path. I but pray that she won't follow it to the same end. Well, she took it better than I anticipated, which isn't saying much, I suppose. I should go and see if she's alright. Alright, where'd you go, Lise? Okay, there you are. Talk about running off like that. While Megan's terrorizing their own. I just can't accept it, you know. No matter what he thinks, I didn't have to put up with it. Day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know. I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels or whatever it was. Nor did I expect a Wakrata to just lie there in the dirt while they kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place. Even my father's face. But I remember Yda's. Or how scared she was when we ran. Look in her eyes when she talked about home. Her home. But not mine, is it? There you are, Lise. I've been looking all over for you. You found me. Something else to say? Aye, that I do. Did some things to you I shouldn't have. Not my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spat about how I loved my village. But when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all the others. Didn't even think to go after Wakrata, but you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. If I truly cared for my people, I'd fight for them. So I will. You'll have me. You're asking to join the resistance. You put it like that, suppose I am. Not just me, there are others I know who've been thinking about it for a while now. Not many of us. Not hardened warriors like you lot, but... Your heart bleeds for Alamigo, then that's good enough for me. You and yours are more welcome at Raelgar's reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, just thinking out loud. With that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Return to the Reach. Okay, so we'll just teleport right over there. First of all, allow me to commend you both on a job well done. Though nothing went according to plan, we nevertheless managed to attract some new recruits. It was your passion and conviction that moved them to join. Thank you. Oh, thank you for giving me an opportunity to find out what our people have been through these past 20 years. It's been humbling. Troubling, too. Heard about the skulls, but it was the first time I'd seen them in the flesh. I know you say they're the same as any other Imperial soldier. Maybe that's how I think of them myself if a cross ever paused on the battlefield, but... when, not if. The day will come, Lise. Can't afford to hesitate when it does. Young, old, conscript, citizen, Garlean, Alamegan, none of that matters. We've all got our reasons. They're no better than yours, especially when they're bearing down on you, blade in hand. Saying that, I don't want to kill them any more than you do. If I can convince them to lay down their arms, I would. Sadly, I've never been much of a talker myself. Who knows? You could be one, Lise. Father certainly was. Right then. Best be preparing for these new recruits, Lions. Lise, it's been a pleasure. Owing to the efforts of you all, we've accomplished a great deal in a short time. Resistance, thank you for your service, Scions. The operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful. Indeed, there were several amongst the science ranks who were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I've come to present. Commander Kemp, if I may. My name is Arvinvald Linetus, a half-breed, if you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo, for an Alamigo where women like my mother will never be made to suffer. Pray you'll grant me this honor. For a true-born son of the Garabania, same as me, it is not my honor to grant, yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. Our swelling ranks in the aid of the Ordeal Alliance and the signs of the Seventh Dawn, we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Alduin that we draw our plans for an assault on Castrum Veladina. And in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Oriens and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near-total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Jesus.
Cowards. Who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why? When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
God, Xenos. I kind of forgot how, like, crazy batshit he is, but it's also like, fuck, did they make the villain so interesting. Right then, got duties to attend to. Perhaps we can assist you with said duties. We're here to help after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. Not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies in their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you could offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. it better what I currently have? Maybe strength, vitality, it's earrings, right? Yeah, it is. Oh god, there's a shit ton of quests. Fuck. I beg your pardon. The man who bested Gaiusfeld Belsar wishes to offer his assistance. I say this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said that you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, for the occupation, I was a humble historian. My duties leave me scarce time for aught else. It's important in these momentous events to be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Memory sources are indispensable, but I have in mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, asking for their motivations to take this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log. Lions, thank you for your service, now and ever after. That would be on our way to Kagane, but I guess not. What happens? I might go for like maybe another like 30 minutes. I was just a cookball before this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and feed some refugees day one. Took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know. There's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the forging parties turn up. You want to help, do you? Seeing as I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you ask Teb for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so, whatever he's got on hand would suffice. Not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. And it looks like there's another quest over this way. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. So, I have a task for you. I am a trainer. I was told to expect new recruits this day, but nary one has come. Perhaps they've given me the wrong time or location. I do not know. The number in 5 and all these would-be warriors, send them on to me so you should chance to find them. Why indeed to save lives, perhaps, or to make amends for the ones I could not. My father and brother were worked to death while building a castrum. But it didn't matter to Garlands, eh? More where the lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. I know, I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first, after the Imperials did to her. Death was a mercy. Huh? Aren't you the Icon Slayer? And if I know why you'd be bothered asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance. It's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not. If you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship, if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land. It's not the choice. For me, I'd rather die here. The teacher calls for me. See, we were discussing strategies for disabling magic armor, you see. And, yes, of course, there's no time. You would excuse me. A thousand pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question about whether El Amigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. Herbs, is it? 6 bricks of whatever's on hand? But I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you could find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Okay. I was just over there too, fuck. That's a bit annoying. Ah, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live to the training. That could be true, right? Oh, bugger, oh, bugger. And I still have, like, another person to talk to over here. Then, gotta loop back around to grab the herbs. Why'd I join the Resistance? You must know, is to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes, back in El Amigo. We owed a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snapped up a piece of fruit. I spoke up before I could stop him. I wanted to get a full must steel in the gut for the trouble. On my way here, that was that. Oh, Matt Lyons, have you spoken with the freedom fighters like I asked? As fascinating as they are varied, you have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. But I'd have done better myself. Many years from now, when the tempestuous times pass into memory, their account will serve as a window into the struggle. You must never forget, my friend. Never. There are the herbs. And there's the recruit. Training. So busy practicing to impress the others, I completely forgot. Thank you. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. And I'll appreciate the rigor at which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, since the Imperials will be so kind. It's a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say the survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. There you are. Got those herbs I asked for? There you go. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And sorry to oppose upon you, sir. Thought you were just another recruit. Didn't realize until after you were, But the answer to the question is probably in your mind. Yes, it's always like this. There are enough food and supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. That comes at a cost, too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must. Never lose sight of the dream. No, it's like, I mean, it's the one I got to. Do. Darn it all, where could it have gone to? Pardon me, fellow lover of peace and justice. Haven't seen a ward of destroyer anywhere, have you? On the ground, or if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain. I've not left the Reach since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. I've got a moment to spare. Would you be willing to help me search? Spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, look around near the officer's pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know. I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Any interesting titles, doesn't look like it. So I think, yeah, we'll probably have to take this path and it'll be a floor somewhere. I swear I searched high and low. It just won't turn up. 7 hells, that's the one. It's my lucky ward. Godsend, brother. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. Then after Thother came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. After came the Garleans, cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep with the old ways, as many others. When my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture as my mother taught me. Okay, so now we are at 61. And with that, another task is complete. Lions, I fear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that he has, and we have to thank him for it. Please me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago, I have you present my proposal for an assault on Castium Velodina, General Alduin personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castium Orens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? Seems a fine suggestion. May I consult with my comrades whenever we depart? Very well, I'll wait for you at the pass, but not too long. Sir Krail and Y'shtola will wish to remain here to support the Cherugians, but nevertheless we should go and ask them. Okay, you know, going for like 3.5 hours. I think this would be actually... We'll talk to Y'shtola, but I'll probably stop it there. Because I gotta get my body adjusted to morning shift again. That's gonna be super fun. It's not a miss. I see. Explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. The joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support, as was the case with Ishgard. However, it is not a choice to be made lightly. No less than others behalves. This is war. Every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight for El Amigo, for my father, for Yida. I'm in it to the end. Choices made for us ere we were born, brother, and the Empire marched on Eorzea. It will stop at nothing to subjugate and slaughter us all. Von Belsar and Von Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbrand's Primal. We have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. But this is a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far. If you require a new affirmation, then yes, I will still wholly committed to this cause. It is ultimately the self-same cause I have served since first I pledged to serve Messer Louis Swa in the Circle of Knowing. The salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. For you Lions, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmond, the man who slew Gaius von Belsar, and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. Fight the Empire. The Empire proves too much of a threat. We can't but carry on for those we have lost and those we yet save. As long as there's battles to be fought, I'll be here. To be frank, Alfie, this isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. For those we carry on for those we have lost. Well said. Said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Krail, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. At least, I'd ask you to remain here by Conrad's side. We should go. Minago will leave without us. I might persuade you to join us, Lions. If you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castium Orens might seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away, so I can convince Minago to wait a little longer. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end that here. This just seems like a good point, because, it seems like things are gonna go bad here shortly. Or, not bad, major point in the story. So, we'll save that for next time. Hopefully get to Kagane and be able to continue our last quest.